This is my new car life window view. The 西溪湿地 wetland. What a greenery, huh? So, to get into my car life, I just set my seat back and then just crawl back into my bed and go to sleep just like this. Show you a first person point of view. You have another partner here and put a little kid in the middle. And check out this beautiful view. Yeah? Not bad, huh? And for me, the size is perfect. And I'm at 5'5". Now, if you are taller, you have to put your feet there. Yeah, it can be for very tall people. First time in my life I felt being short actually has advantage. And yeah, there you go. Now you can park near any forest, near any oceanside, desert, beautiful places, wherever you want. And then when you're done, I even have yoga blocks to use to do yoga here back then. Just quickly crawl back. Yes, you have to be a small size person to take advantage of car life. Much easier. Data log 2026, May 11, day 72. Today I spent a day working in my car. And you saw in my previous video, I had my kind of the working desk set up here. I can do the setup again. And I want to introduce this concept that I discovered during the pandemic in 2021, 2022, called car life. Well, interesting enough, in the US, sometimes it's called homeless because you live in a car. But I like to call it car life. It's different than the RV because you live in a regular car, normal car, and I can give you a preview I will share later. This, just have a bed. It also can be called a 床车, like car with a bed. Basically, you sleep in your car. And I discovered that during 2020 and 2021, during the COVID pandemic because I was stuck by myself in the US. And I drove around with, I lived in a car for almost 300 days between those 2 years. Of course, not all at once, but kind of 2 or 3 months, and then went back to Seattle, and then another 2 or 3 months. First, how I discovered my journey to discover the path to car life. It took three different cars. First, I was with a friend, a texture volunteer, a Google engineer. His name is Wan Jilei. And he has this to-do list or bucket list to drove across all the states in the US. And he set up this Ford 250 truck with a RV within the truck, like a turtle shell is what he called it. He even named that setup 龟仙人, like from Dragon Ball Z, what's 龟仙人? Let's see. Gui Xianren, Dragon Ball Z in English. Master Roshi.
Master Roshi, Dragon Ball Z, 龙珠 Z， 英文原名直接使用。龟仙
Master Roshi is what he called it. So he drove around half of the US and I joined on the other half. I think it's when I joined in Cleveland, Ohio. And here is his map.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams.
You can see that it started and it went around and in the middle, things like that. Because I joined only half of his trip, I later on drove my Toyota Corolla, a gas car, to finish the trip. And then I borrowed a friend's Tesla Model Y and then did another second round across US with my mom and then with another friend, fraternity brother, Shaohan. So when I first discovered this car life, it is with a traditional idea of an RV. What is an RV? RV stands for what?
RV equals recreational vehicle. 中文旅居车、房车。
Yeah, so 房车 is what people, like RV, 房车 is what people automatically thinks is the best option to have a car life. But in fact, I think to my perspective, my opinion is it's not. It's actually a terrible option to have a car life. And here's why. In RV, there are a couple things you need when you have a car life. You need to eat, poop and shower, and sleep. Okay, those are the three main things. So if you think about a house, right? A house is just a box with electricity and water. And let's talk about eat. I think that's a simple thing to work on. In the RV, you either have two options. One is you have the cooking inside the RV. You have a stove, electric stove or gas. Second, you have natural gas. Second, you have the cooking setup outside the RV. Now, talking about inside. RV usually, doesn't matter how big the bus type or whatever, the one we had is just the size of the truck, right? It's, here the picture and video. You can check out Jilei's Blibli channel to see his videos. And and on my Instagram, I have my trips around. And anyways, so first is eating. RV has a very small space. So when you cook inside the RV, if you cook electric, now to boil water takes a lot of electricity actually. So you can't really attach like easily a kettle to because it takes a lot of very high voltage. Second, if you stir fry something, the smell goes all over the RV, like attached to everything within the RV. So when you go to sleep, it's like the smell of fried eggs for days. And that's what it happened. So that's inside cooking. Outside cooking means, you have the gears, you set up the table, you set up the chair, it's quite simple. It's like camping. It doesn't really have anything to do with RV itself. Perhaps just outside. In the US, it requires you to have if you have those propane tanks, it has to be outside the RV by safety standards. So you have that outside. And then you hook up the propane tank to whatever, gas stove, portable gas stove, camping gas stove that you have. And it is a safety issue because you have the propane tank outside all the time. And of course, when it explodes, it helps a little bit because of safety, but could also think about if somebody come and intentionally trying to damage it, right? So you carry a propane tank all the place you go. Now, if you have all that trouble cooking inside, outside, water takes a lot of electricity from the RV, or you gas, propane, propane, natural gas, and safety issue, just for cooking and eating? What? But you're traveling. There's food everywhere. And if you are traveling, besides sightseeing and touring, don't you want to experience the local food? Isn't that part of the traveling experience of car life? I mean, assuming car life is, you're traveling around. You can, sometimes, what I practice now is car life in a city. Anyways, that's later. But yeah, if you're traveling in car life and going around the United States in 48 mainland states, don't you want to eat everywhere? So eating is just go out and eat. Why you need to eat inside the car? And of course, you can buy something and eat here like a takeout, but why you need to cook inside the car is my question. What I discovered is a lot of older generation or people with specific taste preferences will want to cook on their own. That's fine. But if you say that if I travel and I don't want to eat outside and I only want to eat the food I cook, kind of, demeaning the meaning of travel, of experiencing and eating the local food a bit. Yeah. So food is everywhere. So, and because you're traveling, we should eat everywhere. Right? So take out the kitchen in the RV. Now, second, the most important and the most often question people ask me when they hear me or see me, like, oh, you live in a car, where you go to the bathroom and where you go take a shower. I take a shower every other day or every day. Depends on the heat, if I sweat that day or not. All right, let's talk about pooping first. In RV, you have a very tiny bathroom. Yeah, you can have a luxury bathroom in a car. And you need to have 2 water tanks. One is called the black water tank, 黑水箱. The second one is called the gray water tank, 灰水箱. And then the third is called the water tank, 白水箱. So you have a clean water tank, and when you use the water like sink or wash your hand or shower that doesn't have poop in it or pee in it, it goes to the gray water tank. Gray water tank. Oh, I wonder if the gray water tank can be maybe used, or it's already used for flushing. But if you poop and pee, there are 2 options. One is you use water to flush, just like a normal toilet, and then it goes to the black water tank. Now, at that point, you imagine an RV, which is, I think there are not many electric RVs yet, but RV with gas is carrying really heavy 3 water tanks. And the bigger the water tank it is, the longer you can actually shower and use it, right? Otherwise, you have to go often to replenish it. So carrying big water tanks around is really not fuel efficient for gas, even for electric, I think. And yeah, so you have the normal water tank, the black water tank, and the gray water tank for flushing. There's a second option for toilet, or maybe the third one too. It's called composting. It's a bit disgusting though. Like you leave your poop inside and you have like composting bacteria. That's one. The other one, Jile set up, which is the high-tech end. It's called the burning toilet. Burning, you burn your poop. It's called the dry toilet. So you poop, and then it burns the poop into like, ash or something, with coconut ash or something. It is very high-tech, expensive. And yeah, the dry toilet is what Jile has set up in that RV. I traveled with him for 3 months. I never used it while I was with him. I think maybe I saw him use once, but he told me he rarely uses it. You know why? There are toilets everywhere. We talk about there are food everywhere, right? Restaurants, places you eat when you travel, there are toilets and there are food everywhere. When you travel, or even in the city, there are toilets everywhere. And let me tell you where they are. In the US and in China, difference. And of course, in the US and China has more food everywhere, but US has also have food everywhere. But anyways, first is go to restaurant. Because you have food everywhere, wherever you eat, in the US, pretty much there's toilet in every restaurant. If not, there drive up McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, Taco Bell, whatever, fast food chains. And so there are restaurants where you eat, right? So you eat around, and then of course you can go to the chain ones, the fast food ones, just for the toilet. And the second place that has a lot of toilets are hotels. Yeah, I know, you live in a car, you have a car life, but because I lived in Marriott for almost 800 days. I think it's a total of 790 something now. And I'm a 10-year plus Platinum member. So I'm a lifetime Marriott Platinum member. And just because it's just to prove my point, I lived in hotels a lot. I have hotel experiences when I travel for more than a decade for business. Hotel lobbies, the first floor or the entrance hotel lobbies, the reception place, almost 100%. I think I rarely met places that doesn't. Almost 100% has bathrooms. You know why? Their guests come in, their friends of guests come in, people waiting in the lobby, people come in, they need to use the bathroom. The employees need to use the bathroom. The receptionist, the front desk need to use the bathroom. So that's my most often used bathroom when I in a car life. I just drive up to a hotel, go into the lobby, use the bathroom, shower, brush. Sorry, not shower. Go into the bathroom, poop and pee, which is normal, right? That's what you use the bathroom for. And then if you need a brush your teeth and like wash your face, do that. So it's just like at home, you go to the bathroom when you wake up, and you go to the bathroom when you go to sleep, and you just let it out and brush and wash your face. Now the third place, so we talk about places you eat have bathrooms. We talk about hotels that have bathrooms. That's a lot of places already. The third place are highway rest stops. So while you're traveling, in both US and China ones, especially in the South, the highway rest stops are luxurious. They have a lot of fancy services. They even have mermaids, aquarium in a rest stop. Can you imagine that in China? So in the US, when you're traveling, I remember Jilei discovered this, we often look for the rest stations, rest stops on the highway. And you just stop outside. There are many RVs. There are people living in their cars, in car life in there too. I mean, living in car temporarily, most of them, like they are traveling across. And what I discovered in those rest stops, and then you go in their bathrooms, clean, very clean, cleaner than my own. Because all of these places, restaurants, hotels, rest stops, have professional toilet cleaners cleaning it at least twice a day. In the beginning, in the end, and even many times in the middle. Now, whose personal bathroom that you clean more than twice a day? You don't. Now, a lot of people with their sense of privacy or OCD will feel like, like it's public, it's dirty, I want my own toilet. I really want to hug it, my own toilet. I guess I get it. I understand that. I just don't think we need to cleaning that much onto our own toilet. I don't think it's that clean. The restaurants and the hotels have it more cleaned, I think. So that's where you poop. You can poop anywhere almost. Just make sure that when you go to sleep, you are close to your toilet, because people so the routine is before you go to sleep, empty it out, poop, pee, so that you don't wake up in the middle of the night, have to go. Now, for people who have like routine of going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, that will be something that you make sure you have close. So what I found in the US is, and in China too, is just to find a hotel. In the US is find the 3-star hotels, not motel. Those are 2 and 1 stars, but 3-star hotels like Best Western, Holiday Inn, Fairfield Marriott, or even some Marriott, just in the suburbs. where just park in their parking lots, because those tier hotels does not have security guards trying to, check their parking lots. Now, if I expose this, maybe they start to have. And then their lobby is not locked in after midnight. I mean, even the fancy ones that lock at midnight, you can still go in. But what Gile did is more safe, is that in the US, just rest at the rest stop. And the bathrooms there are open 24/7, and it's clean too. And you wake up and you go, right? So make sure you park close to the rest stop for bathroom or hotels, hotel lobby. Hotel parking lot and hotel lobby. So that's where you poop. Now, where do you shower? In the US, it's much, much cheaper and easier because you can just get a $20 gym membership per month. Because there are many chain gym memberships like Planet Fitness. It's like $20 per month. And it opens usually from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So go take a shower there. And the second option is public swimming pools like YMCA. And third option is to get an hourly motel. Look at that in China, there are not many chained gyms in China, at least in the cities. Definitely not outside the cities in urban suburbs. However, the hotels are really cheap in China. So if you do like hourly, you can get like $40 for 2 hours sometimes is the cheapest I found. And that's what? Less than $6. Like a YMCA ticket to swim, one trip. About the same. Now, in China and in the US, car life, you have to learn from the truck drivers. The truck drivers drive trucks over the country, and they definitely need a car life. So both in China and in US, there are these specialized rest stops for truck drivers. In the US, they're called, Love-It or something, where you can get like a membership. Not just truck drivers, anyone can buy that membership. And they have shower room. I mean, rest stops, gas stations also already have toilets, food, and now shower room. In China, there are these places called, let me make sure I know what it is called. I think it's called 车友之家. Let's see. "司机之家." 司机之家. Which are also along the highways. Kind of rest stop specialized, made for people who run travels, 司机之家, like truck drivers. And in there, you can take shower as well. So basically for me, shower both in the US and China is, US is definitely gym, Planet Fitness, $20 a month. And then plan B is public swimming pools like YMCA. Plan C is these truck driver stations. Plan C is like hourly hotels, motels. In China, it's the same. But the order is switched. The most easy way to get shower is just to get a $6 hourly hotel, or you know, $20 to $30 one day hotel. So I heard a lot of truck drivers will have like 2 days in a week, like every 3 days they go to a hotel and then go to like Hanting, you know, like these economic hotels, and pick the ones that's like, you know, a little away from the tourist spots, and pick the days that are not near the weekend. And you can get like $20, $30 per very nice, clean, like I would say better than Best Western and like a Fairfield standard hotel in China for about $20 to $30 a day. And inside, you can take as many times shower you want. And if you go to the gym, you can take as long as shower you want. The best thing about taking shower in any of these places, maybe except the truck driver stations where they probably time you for your shower, but everywhere else you can, like in the gym, I remember in Planet Fitness, I would take shower as long as I want, like an hour-long shower. You know, disregard the water bill because you don't have to pay that. And then the best part is you don't have to clean afterwards. You don't have to clean after yourself. So yeah, that's showering. And you know, here in China, you know, get a membership in a public swimming pool, and you can go take a shower. Get a hotel every 2 to 3 days. You can take a shower. And in China, you can do laundry in most of these hotels. And they have drying machines. In China, there are not many drying machines when you rent an apartment, but there are definitely industrial size dryers for clothes in these hotels where you pay $20 to $30 a day for. So that's what I do. It's, you know, at least I go to, and then if you pay for the hourly, like, you know, $6 for the hourly, you go take a shower and you can do your laundry. So it's my fire notes in China is, if you need to do laundry or shower, you can get some of these hotel options. Hourly hotel, like the Huazhuhui chain, Hanting chain, or the Rujia chain. And they have industrial washing machines and dryers. So you just put all your clothes in, and I do that at least once a month. So that's where you take a shower and wash your clothes. Now in the US, that's much more difficult. In the US, the hotels don't offer these free, in China, these are free, the washing machines and dryers. In the US, these are not free. So you have to go to like public laundromat, which is most of the digital nomad community use. All right, let me show you what I have set up in the back. I don't think there are a lot of things to show. Let me show what are the essentials of a car life, which is different than an RV. Oh, and then I would think this, electricity is first. Right? So electric cars are much better for car life than gas cars. So you can plug in the regular like laptops and whatever things that you want, but it has quite of a limit on not, doesn't have that much of a watt. So you can do like kettles, like water boiling and stuff. So then you just have to get a car that can lay down. Now you have to be a shorter person like I am. If you are like Jile, which is, you know, 7 feet something, then the Ford F-250 truck bed is much better option. So this is Model Y. You can see that it has a whole bed laid out, and that's it. You just have a bed laid out with pillows and blankets, right? And then you can see the beautiful sky. You can park your car near any ocean, forest, etc. So you have the electricity plug-in, you have the bed. The other thing you want to make sure is you have umbrella, which most people have anyway, and then lots of tissues and trash bags. Trash bag, tissues, because in the US, in China, there are a lot of a lot of toilets that doesn't have toilet paper, and then umbrella. Oh, then I have set up a slipper setup in my car where I can just put my slipper like that. It's like coming to my living room, and then I can get my slipper out when I drive. And this is my desk to work and eat. I can show you my desk. Do my setup. This is some of the car desks. I actually don't have this while I was in the US. I just went to any of the Marriott. I look for the fanciest with the free parking. Now, the big difference in US and China is in the US, most parking in hotel parking lots in the suburbs and the 3-star level are free. In China, mostly in the cities, every parking is paid. It's annoying a little bit. So I have to like keep hunting for free parking like side places. But if you park near on the street while you are in the car working like on the desk, that's fine. You just can't leave it. Like, you know, if the traffic police comes and you wave to them like, oh, I'm leaving, or just tell them I'm waiting for someone, you can stay there. You cannot park your car. So the definition of park in China is that you have to leave your car on the street. Now, this desk have 2 plugins. Maybe I should, put a link of this somewhere. So you can use it like this with a computer. I think while my videos, I have my computer here, up and down. And you can also put it on the side like this. Yeah, eat, food, all that. This is my remote desk. A lot of people are saying like, oh, RV is much better. Why don't you drive an RV? There's another issue with RV versus a regular car you can blend in. And let me tell you what that is. And that's the fact that in the US, let me tell it in the US and China. In the US, when you live in an RV, you are considered homeless. Yeah. And the word homeless has a very negative effect. And when Jile and I, even with the fancy F-250 and the fancy RV that he set up, which looks exactly like an RV because it is an RV, we were chased. We were chased in the city. We had to go. That's why he often chose the rest stations on the highway. We were chased in 2 places, the Google parking lot and Microsoft parking lot, while 2 of us were still employees, or he still is. I was also a Microsoft employee at that time. And with our badges, we were able to go to many of these Microsoft campuses. And he still likes to check in at various Google campuses around the world. I think he's doing that in India right now. While I have my Microsoft badge and I can go to many of the Microsoft campuses, not as many as Google, I remember. And both of us with our employee badges and parked our RV in the parking lots in the US of Google and Microsoft offices got chased by security guards because Google and Microsoft employees reported on us saying that there are people coming out from the RV and peeing in the parking lot or throwing it out or something. That's why it's like when you drive an RV in the US, you are seen as a Chinese saying is mouse across the street, like in the New York metro subway. You see the big mouse across the street and people try to chase you out. 过街老鼠人人喊打. If you drive an RV in the US, you are seen as homeless and you are chased away like mouse across the New York subway and everybody trying to hit you and kick you out. They don't want you to be in their parking lot. They don't want you to be in their neighborhood. So if you have an RV, there are apps that says like where you can park an RV, and there are only 3 places. One is highway rest stops, which we use often. The second is Walmart. Some Walmart parking lots allows people because I think they have that customer base. And then some big super center, Walmart super center parking lots with giant parking lots, they allow RVs to park. And the third place are some outdoor equipment shops. What is it called? Starts with C. Shoot. I'll do my research later and put their logo here. Yeah, and then second is a lot of cities have height limits. So they will install these height limit frames. So if you have a high, tall, big RV, it will not able to go under the frame. It has height limits. In China, there are height limits too, and I think it's mainly to limit trucks to go into the city. In China, also in the US too, RV versus car, regular car, RV's size is much bigger, so you may need much bigger parking slot. You cannot go down into the parking garages with the RV. Now with a regular car like Model Y, which is most popular car life car in the world, because officially Tesla has car mattresses for Model Y. And I heard many people use that to across US, across China, even across the world in car life. You can search for that car life, 车生活住车里, like living a car in both US and China channels, and you can find many people doing that. Now, especially with electric cars now, car life becomes amazingly good because if you can imagine what a house is, it's just a box with electricity. So with Tesla, I'm charging, the biggest difference is it has climate control. Basically, it has AC. Now, if you have gas car, to turn on the AC for the whole night, it takes a lot of gas. It's making noise, and it also have toxic carbon dioxide, I think, coming out from the gas, right? And if you use that AC all day, you have to open the window, But in electric car, they have camp mode. Tesla has camp mode. Many electric cars now have camp mode. It allows you to camp in the car. Like, I think that's the evolution happening is why spend 30 years of your life or prepay 30 years of your life for a mortgage to buy a house if the car life, of course you have to be single, I guess. I mean, it's possible. If you saw some videos, there are families that travel in a car now. Now, it's difficult to meet that kind of partners, though. But yeah, technically, you can put your family in a car, electric car probably, with AC control overnight, and drive a car life across China or US, even the world, for normal average affordance. Now, when I was in the US, I lived about 1,000 USD per month while in a car. And part of the reason why is in the US, there are a lot of slow charging overnight stations outside of hotels or shopping malls are free. So for the entire trip, when I drove my friend's Model Y, I charged mostly for free. So you have free, no gas, no electricity, and free night AC. And you wake up and you go. I know it's a little bit unethical because you don't live in the hotel. More unethical than you borrowing their bathroom to pee and poop and wash your face. But that's what it is. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but still. And then in charging the China is like, 1.29 cents per mile. What I'm doing right now, 20 RMB for a whole week. That's about $3 per week on full tank. And I drive a lot because I take Maggie to school and I'm running around and things like that. Car life. Fun. And don't do RV. Get the nicest electric car, nicest electric car you can afford, and set it up and try it out. You need a car anyway. Okay, that's it for today. I can share more on car life and my travel experiences in other future videos. This is my car life new spot in Xixi Shidi, Xixi National Wetland National Park in Hangzhou, China. And look at this greenery. I'm parked near a bridge, and this is my greenery for the day. I'm just gonna enjoy my car life sitting in here. Okay, I'll put my clutches down and then turn my seats down. There you go. Coming down. Great. Now, take off my shoes. And put this in camp mode. And this will turn into like a fireplace later. Actually, it has a toy here that can turn into a fireplace now. Toy. And voila. Fall back like so. Bring down the mattress. There you go. Yo!
Hello. Hey. What are you up to?
I'm just enjoying my car life in the Xixi National Wetland. You were here before, remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How are you feeling?
Good. I can drive now. I move around in crutches and
good.
I got used to use this.
Don't overexert though.
Yeah, that's why I'm relaxing in a wetland park right now.
Good for you, man.
Okay. I'll put my clutches down and then turn my seats down. There you go. Coming down. Great. Now, take off my shoes. Fall back like so. Bring down the mattress. Not bad, huh? Alright, let's see. Ashu was looking for me earlier. I'm gonna spend an hour here chatting with him. Hi Ashu, where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Yo!
Hello. Hey. What are you up to?
I'm just enjoying my car life in the national wetland. You were here before, remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How are you feeling?
Good. I can drive now. I move around in crutches and
good.
you know, I got used to I got used to use this.
Don't overexert though.
Yeah, that's why I'm relaxing in a wetland park right now.
Good for you, man.
All right, enjoyed my car life. Take a look at the other side. I kind of enjoys like this, lying down, having fun. Ta-da!